Okay, so now we need to create a skeleton for our weapon, which is basically just called rigging it with joints so that we can animate it. But we're not going to animate it in this part, just get the model ready with its joints. So it will be like, if I just open this quickly, okay, something for you. So we see these red lines and joints. We'll have these joints on the weapon model. That's the first step. So I'm in wireframe mode, and I'm just going to remove some of these scopes except from the iron one, because they're in the way at the moment. And then you want to go to your animation tab in the shelf. If you don't have that, just go display UI elements shelf. I like to be in the outliner view, which is this one here. So I'm just going to click this blue like bend free circles, which is the joint tool. This one's the IK tool. This is connection joint. If you look at the very bottom, right here, it shows you when you hover over, if you want to know what things do. So click that and you'll have a crosshair, and you want to place the root joint first, which will be J-gun. The typical place to place this is normally near the trigger area. So I'm going to place mine there. I'm just going to get rid of the Y translation so it's more central. Move it up. Let's just make sure there's no joint annotation. No. Let's just put its scale up a bit. We want to name this. You just double click to name. J-gun. The reason we name this J-gun is because the Call of Duty engine will treat all child joints of J-gun with relative transforms rather than world transforms. So a transform will move it from its current position instead of from its offset. So if you don't name it J-gun, your like clips and bolts and all your animated sections will be like really spread out, and your animation will look really weird. And you'll be like, why the hell's that happening? And that will be the reason if it's not named J-gun. So we've got that. We're just going to add in the other joints first. You can just press G, and that is the redo command, which the last tool we used was the joint tool. So now we've got the joint tool, we've got the crosshair again. If we select J-gun, this means that the next joint we're going to place will be the parent of this joint we're placing. So if we click a new joint, you can see we've got a line between there. Press enter to end. Got another joint there. So this is going to be for our clip. You can put this joint anywhere you want on the clip, but I'm just putting it there because just to keep it neat. I'm going to name it tag clip. So basically we just go through the same process of putting joints where we need them. You tend to have one on clip. We're going to put another one near the barrel end, and I'm going to put another one near there. I'll explain in a minute. I'm going to put one near there, one near there, oops, one near there, and I also want one near there. They normally get a bit weird in the when you're placing them in the 3D view. They normally go to like really far off like this. So just tidy that up. So if I disable our silencer, which is why our layers are helpful, just roughly place that. Oh no, that's not for that one, is it? So there. And that one is for there. Just drag these two back. Okay. We don't have any joint notes on them. No joint notes on that. This one is going to be for our bolt, which is on the side. So let's just place it there, give that a scale of 1. It's going to scale 1. massive for some reason. So this is going to be for moving our bolts. Typically we call this J bolt, but the name of it is not crucial. This is going to be called tag brass. This name has to be tag brass. This is basically where the shell ejector FX is going to be played. The angle of this is also important, as it will orientate the effect. This one is at the end of the bar. It's going to be called tag flash, which will be where the muzzle effect will be played from. This one is just going to be tag silencer, which will be used for showing and disabling our silencer. We've named that one. This joint here is going to be for our iron sight, so we can disable that. Call this tag iron. Let's just get the radius down. So we've got joints. We also need tags for our other scopes. I'm just going to hold V to quickly move these to the same place. What scopes do we have? We just have one called scope. I shall move that one there. Tag scope. ACOG. Tag ACOG. You don't have to have these tags for scopes and stuff. If your weapon doesn't have scopes, just don't have these tags. These are just like accessory tags, sort of thing. They're not important. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so we need one more for the red dot. Just place you there. Place you down there. Oops, how do I do that? This is pretty much it, except from naming that tag red dot. Okay, so we have our skeleton. So now we just need to bind it, because currently it's not bound to anything. So first we select J gun and select all main parts of the gun, which is just these two. Then we want to be in the animation tab, skin, bind to skin, smooth bind. Now that they're attached, we want to select our J bolt. We can just select it that way. Bind, smooth bind that, and then set the clip, bind that one. Red dot is this one. I believe the red dot is made up of multiple meshes. Yep. Skin bind, smooth bind, scope, we'll make that one visible. So scope, skin, smooth bind, ACOG, skin, smooth bind, and the last one is the iron sights. Iron, skin, bind, smooth bind. So now if we enable everything so we can see it, oh, we've not done a silencer. Okay, so if we set the root joint, everything should be bound, and if we move it, we shouldn't have any leftover meshes that aren't moving with it. J-gun should be attached to everything. So we're going to save this scene. Should save it as a different name. Basic. So that is the view model set up, ready for exporting. So we go to a Call of Duty World at War model exporter. New entry. You want to click Force Export Selected Joints. We want to select everything, so I'm just going to select the hierarchy plus all of that. Set export, so basically you just want all the meshes and all the joints, and then we want to save it as, and then we create a new folder. 2000. Set export selected entries, save scene, export. So we've got our model there. So that is our view model rigged and created into a view aim animation. That's the end of this video. The next one will be doing the animation rig.